Shalom everybody, my name is Alex, and to celebrate this holiday season, I thought I would chef up a couple of traditional Hanukkah foods. First off, we're starting off with kugel, a casserole made of egg noodles and a sweet cinnamon butter sauce, and then we're going to be making latkes, the classic potato pancake. Alright everybody, let's get started. So the first thing you need for the kugel would be 3/4 of a stick of butter, 16 ounces of egg noodles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs. Give it a nice little spin, and praise it for its work. 16 ounces of sour cream, 8 ounces of cottage cheese, 3/4 a cup of granulated sugar, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, style points for the cinnamon, then stand proud at your work. Alright, we're going to get some water boiling with a little bit of olive oil, put the noodles in, and then take them out and rinse them so they don't get al dente too fast, because we're going to put it back into the oven. Alright, now take your butter and mutilate it before putting it in the microwave and making it nice and drippy. Now take 5 large eggs, whisk them together, and put that in a large bowl with your butter, eggs, cottage cheese, sour cream, sugar, and cinnamon. Now, listen to some nice ASMR while we do that. Now take your weird liquid concoction and put it in a large pan with the rest of your noodles and mix it all together till it's nice and beautiful and creamy. Once all of that is finished, you can stick the kugel in the oven for 1 hour at 350 degrees, and then it will come out nice and crispy and golden. Once the hour is up, take out your kugel and take a beautiful look at your masterpiece. Now, it's time for some latkes. Alright, you're going to need 4 large russet potatoes or 2 pounds of them, 1 huge onion, 2 large eggs, and make sure you almost roll them off the table. It's a very important step. You're going to need to get some kosher salt, preferably David's brand. Thank you, David. Very fantastic salt. Sorry I spilled you on the table. I'm also going to need some all-purpose flour. Half a cup specifically, and then you're also going to need 1 teaspoon of baking powder, some black pepper to taste, and some olive oil. Alright. Let's cook shit. Yeah. Now you want to make sure that you wash your potatoes, especially the ones that drop in the sink. Once your potatoes are nice and clean, you're going to want to grate them in your grater on the second to smallest setting. You don't want it too small because then everything will kind of blend together and not really hold well in a pancake shape, so make sure you do a little bit bigger. Have your friend hand you a potato, grate the final one, and then we're going to move on to the onion. Cut off the end of your onion before you get to grating it, and then play the finger game with the grater.
Oh, sorry, almost sorry. Not super, not all the way sorry.
But I was almost gonna be. Nearly, I was sorry. Nearly.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I was almost sorry then, but I'm not.
Now that you were pretty close to apologizing, it's time to grate the onion.
Nothing.
Now that the onions are grated, it's time to transfer those wet, drippy, soppy onions into the potato bowl. Now that everything's in the same bowl, you want to make sure you get every single drop of water out of the onions and the potatoes to ensure that they've fried to their utmost potential. In my personal opinion, this was the most laboring and extensive part of the entire process, but it's all worth it. Just make sure to clear up your wasteland when you're finished. Now put your potato-onion mixture into a new bowl, put in your eggs, your flour, mix aggressively. Make sure you do it at a nice fast pace because the potatoes lose their color pretty fast. The baking powder. And enough salt and pepper to taste. Now, put enough oil in the bottom of the pan to cover everything, and then put in your potato pancake mixture. Let them sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, however long it might take depending on the heat of the oil, and then flip them and just be in awe. Be aware that you are using hot oil, and hot oil is very hot, so make sure it doesn't splash around too much or you might injure yourself. Once it's nice and crispy on both sides, it's time to get everything together. For the latkes, you want to make sure that you have some sour cream and applesauce, and the kugel really doesn't need anything else. It's kind of great by itself. Let's get to plating. Everything ended up pretty okay for my first time making any of these dishes, but honestly, if I had to say so myself, I'll be doing this again very soon. It's time for the taste test. Can't wait. Thanks for watching.